Hey everyone, it's Kylie from Pained Wing. In today's video, I'm going to be demonstrating how to paint this cute little otter holding a heart. I don't normally paint things like this, but I thought it'd be kind of fun. So I'm going to start off by painting the eyes of the otter. I'm just filling them in with some raw umber paint and a small round brush. I'm applying this wet paint directly to dry paper, and then I'm making sure to leave a highlight in the eye so it has that little twinkle. And then next I'll be adding black to the eye. For the black, I'm actually using Payne's gray. I'm just using an amount that's so saturated that it appears black. And then around the eye, I'm using raw umber again, but this time I'm using more water so the value appears lighter. And then I'm just going to circle the eye with my paint. And then I'm going to paint a crease in the eye after the first layer dries. And now that I have some of the details done, I'm going to be moving on to creating the wash for the body and head. I'm going to move up to using a larger round brush and be using more water to quickly fill things in. I'll be using a mixture of raw umber, burnt umber, and Payne's gray for this process. I'm just going to start filling things in with paint. I want the top of the head to be a little lighter. The wash is pretty light right now, so I'm going to go back in and add some more saturated paint to the wash. I added a little bit of Payne's gray, and then I'm going to add some raw umber. I'm adding these colors while the wash is still wet. You can kind of see the paint bleed into the water. When I first added the paint, it was a little too saturated, so I'm just going to blend it out. And then below the otter's chin, I'm going to add a light shadow. While this wash is still wet, I'm just going to slowly build up the value by adding more pigment. I want the value to be darker along the back of the otter, and then it's going to get lighter near its head. You'll notice there's a texture in my wash now. I added some water to create some blooms. And now I'm going to continue down the body adding some paint. I want the painting to get looser as it goes down. I'm going to add some gray along the arm here. And then I'm going to add some burnt umber. Burnt umber is a warmer toned brown than raw umber. You can really see how it adds some warmth to the painting. And then to contrast against the warmth, I'm going to add some Payne's gray. I'm just sort of painting around the heart shape. And then I'm going to paint out some little hairs along the arm right here. And then I'm going to allow this washy area to dry. I don't want to overwork it, so it's best to leave it alone. And now I'm going to go back into the head and add some details. In the ear with a small brown brush and some raw umber. And now for the inside of the ear, I'm using Paynes Gray instead. And then I'm going to have it transition to raw umber again. And then after dipping my brush into water, I'm going to gently blend things out. A couple small hair details here. And then on top of the head, I'm going to add a light wash of paint. I'm going to be adding multiple light washes of paint to build up the value. And then a light line for the mouth. And then I'm just going to fill in the nose with some brown. And then here I'm adding some shadows around the eye. And then for the nostril, I'll be switching back to my Paynes Gray, and then I'm just using a wet on dry technique for that. And then I'm just going to add some little dots here for the whiskers. And then using my small fine tip round brush, I'm going to gently paint out the whiskers. And then next, I'm going to be moving on to painting the heart. The heart's going to be a mixture of red and pink paint. The otter currently has no hands, but I'll paint them in after the heart. A little off topic, but if you haven't seen how otters eat, it's super cute. Or at least when they eat kibbles or something. When they eat fish, it's a little nasty. I'm just going to keep filling this in. I'm intentionally having the colors vary to give it a painterly effect. Some saturated paint along the edge here. And then over here, I'm going to add some peeking paws. And then I'm going to start filling in this paw as well. I made sure the paint was dry on the heart before painting the paws out, otherwise the color would bleed. And then I'm adding a shadow here. Alright, and then there's my finished otter. He's super cute. And if you guys are interested, I'll be posting another video with this piece, but instead of having the heart painted red, I ended up using some foil on it. I added the foil to a print, so I didn't ruin the original. But other than that, I hope you guys have the rest of your day, and thank you so much for watching. Bye now!